Alright everybody, so Youth Night Live is going to get started here in just a couple of minutes, but before we started, we wanted to play a game with you. We're calling this game what, Ethan? Egg Roulette! Egg Roulette. So this game is very simple. There are some hard-boiled eggs in here. Yeah. And there are some raw eggs.
And then there are some ping pong balls.
Because we didn't look at the eggs and two of them were cracked. So, all right, so there are 4 raw eggs in here and the rest are hard boiled except for the ping pong balls. We have to pick, we're gonna pick our own egg. Once you grab it, you cannot put it back. You have to crack it over your head.
Okay, so who's gonna go first?
I'll go first.
I'll go first.
Okay.
You wanna play rock, paper, scissors? He goes first?
Sure.
On shoot?
On shoot.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, sorry, I messed up. That's my bad, sorry.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 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 Oh, no!
Dang it. It's a boiled one.
Boil.
Okay. Boil.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, now you gotta pick
My
one.
turn. Can I look?
And these don't count.
I know.
You can't look.
That's cold. It's a cold one. Dang it.
Well, they're supposed to all be cold, I
It
think.
had folded on it.
Try it. Good luck.
Ow!
Do it!
Gosh.
Put it off to the side. Oh. You're going to get the trash can.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, egg on the sleeve.
All right.
Okay. Your turn.
My turn.
That hurt.
You need to go for it, dude. Don't be so timid.
Jesus tells us to be meek.
I don't know.
Do it. Do it. Go for it. You shouldn't be timid. Did you take out more? Wait, how did you get 2 of them?
There's only 4 raw eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You can't
5,
touch
6, 7.
all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. Yeah, this one's warm. Ow!
We're not supposed to know that they're warm, Ethan.
It hurts.
Just do it.
Ew, I have a soft spot up here. I'm soft in the head, y'all. Ow.
Oh my goodness, do it.
It hurts. Goodness.
Go for it.
I did.
All right, my turn.
I'm gonna have concussion. Wait, that's 3 out of the 4.
Yeah.
Okay. That really
No.
hurt.
Yeah. There's 4 raw eggs.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry.
So there's 3 more raw
I
eggs
think
in
my
here.
head's bleeding.
Woo!
You haven't got one yet. Oh, gosh. That still hurt.
There's seriously 1 raw egg left in this entire thing.
No, I've only cracked 1.
Yeah. There's only
3.
1 hard-boiled egg. There's 3 raw eggs left in this thing.
Okay. Yes. Oh man, that. Oh my goodness! Wait, the game's over. We all know that these are raw. No.
Youth Night starts right now!
It bounced off of you and hit the TV.
Hit finish.
Glad everyone's here. We want to start off by saying welcome
Yes.
to episode 3 of
Woo!
Youth Night Live.
We're doing it.
We want to continue to encourage you to be active on the live chat. We want to make sure that it's classy. We want to make sure that it's engaged. We want to make sure that you are participating in tonight's activity and and like the conversation.
Yeah, so one of the things that we have to start off is we promised last week that there were going to be some incentives for you guys to be involved in the chat. That was before they closed down the retail store that we were going to go buy our stuff from. So we're trying to figure out what those incentives are going to be moving forward. But I think we've got maybe a couple of ideas. So we'll find that more about next week. So don't worry, be active in the chat. We're going to pick winners from last week and from this week as well. And that will be for the next week's episode on episode 4. Okay, so some other announcements that we do have is don't forget that we are looking for some live attendees here tonight. We want that incentive to continue on. So like what we talked about last week, 150 live attendees. We're going to dye our beards a color of your choosing that you are going to vote on. 400 live attendees. Ryan Enlow is going to be shaving his head on this set. So hashtag share to shave, or Ethan's
hashtag share to shear.
Yeah, there you go. So make sure that you guys are sharing this video, get it out there, get people on tonight. We would love to see that number grow. We would love to see the kingdom impacted from what we're trying to do for you here on Youth Night Live.
Super excited. So buckle in. We have our first segment coming up right here.
And here we go. You ready?
It's Youth Night Live!
Ethan and I are going to be settling an argument. We've been talking for the last several weeks about which burger has been best. I think it's Whataburger, but
to me, the verdict's still out. I love Whataburger.
Oh my goodness, Whataburger's the best.
Whataburger's amazing. But I don't know if it's the absolute best.
Do you think,
and that's why.
Do you think In-N-Out's great?
I haven't. I've been there twice. Once when I was in the 8th grade in Las Vegas, and then once in Fort Worth when I was an adult.
Emily thinks that In-N-Out is the absolute best.
Yeah, but she's not on the panel.
Here's where we're gonna go. We're gonna go to Whataburger. We're gonna go to Brahms.
Do we want to go to Jack in the Box instead of Brahms?
No, I like Brahms.
I like Brahms too.
I think Brahms is gonna be like
Brahms everywhere?
Easy second place. Yeah,
Brahms may win.
Brahms, I think, is gonna be easy second place.
Like, you think this guy's trying to get a hold of me?
My second place is probably.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, almost gave you the wrong card.
Ethan, scoot up.
We're doing a taste test for the church. It's gonna be great.
Why are you telling them that?
This guy goes to Planet Fitness. He's a scrub, but thank you. You have a blessed day.
Bye.
You need to keep the receipt. It's the church's.
So we're gonna go. So we haven't even said where we're gonna go yet. So we're at Whataburger right now.
Right
so
meow, because
we're gonna start with Whataburger. We're gonna go to Brahms. We're gonna go to McDonald's.
McDonald's.
We're gonna go to In-N-Out Burger.
I heard someone call it McDonald's.
Where was the 5th one that we're going? Brahms.
Burger King.
Burger King. That's right. We're gonna go Burger
Have
King.
it.
Did you just have a Whataburger with cheese?
Yes, ma'am.
They're all confused. We just
thank you.
one cheeseburger. There you go, fellas.
Yep.
There you go, boys and girls.
We're gonna cut it 3 ways, and we're all gonna eat it. No, we're gonna have 2 bites each. It's gonna be fantastic.
Let's see which burger is best.
What's next? Where's next?
So-
It's going like 5 miles an hour.
This guy seriously just slid his tires because he's going so fast.
Okay, which way do I go?
Safety first. Go back to the church.
Go back.
Go back through, and then you come back around that way.
He's so bossy. Just because I was your intern once doesn't mean that you get to boss me the rest of my life. I'm done with this. Yeah, actually, get out right now. I'll get it.
There's a box in the road.
There's a box in the road, eh?
There's a box in the road.
There's a big old box in the road.
There's a box in the road. There's a box in the road.
Nowhere near the box. I know that this was going to be a commentary on my driving skills. So hold on to your britches.
Hello.
Hello, can I get me a number 1? Just the burger. Here we go. No, I already got my card out.
No. Take my card. Please take my card. Please take my card. Do not take his card. Do not take his card.
What do y'all do with the leftover ice cream that goes bad?
It doesn't really go bad. We just put it back up in the freezer.
So it's just
Ice cream
frozen.
doesn't go bad
Ice cream doesn't go bad.
because it's frozen, Ethan.
Oh, there's another window?
Yeah, just follow
Man,
the yellow
I'm so confused. Thank you. She was not having us. She had
Ethan
nothing to do
forgot about the existence of freezers.
Well, if you have ice cream in a freezer too long, it gets freezer burn.
Here you go. Hold that.
Thank you. You have a good day. God bless. Where to next?
Number 2.
You had your blinker on. What the mess? Sorry, I have road rage. Jesus loves you, and I'm trying.
All right, so we're gonna switch things up a bit instead of going to McDonald's, because honestly, let's face it, McDonald's won't even compare.
Yeah, let's not even mess with it.
So we're gonna go to Wendy's instead.
Wendy's is never frozen.
That's
Always
an
fresh.
8'6" clearance. Do you think I could jump that high?
No.
What are the odds that I? What would you give me if I did? If I touched that clearance?
I would give you a Wendy's hamburger that we're about to buy. He did it. He did it.
Should we go? Owe me $1.
Here's a quarter.
You owe me 75 cents.
I never said $1. Oh.
Hello, hello, hello.
Is her name Tania?
Some kind of. It's like.
That's a big old trailer.
Yeah. I want you to show me the way. Okay, you just want one burger, one Whopper,
One Whopper.
one Whopper. Yeah, Whopper with cheese. There we go. That's simple.
Anything else?
That'd be it.
All right, I'll second window.
Thanks. Hand it over.
Go. Thanks, Justin. How many, did it hurt to get that piercing? There's nobody for 2 miles behind you.
There's a car right there.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Hello? Hello?
How are you doing today?
I am doing very well. Can I get one cheeseburger, just the sandwich?
Cheeseburger, just a sandwich?
It's not to go unless you say to go. If you say you want it to eat it in your car,
So I need
it
to
will
tell
not
them-
be to go.
I'm sorry, I got confused about the eating inside or not. We went in a bag, so it's my bad.
Yes. Hello, In-N-Out. I would like to eat my food in my car, but I don't want to eat my food in my car.
I didn't know what they meant. Like,
You thought that they were just curious.
yeah, I was like,
Excuse me, sir. Are you going to eat
Hey,
this
look
in
through
your
my window.
car?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Such a weird question to ask someone.
Are you
Like,
going to eat
are
this in
you
your car?
eat this in your car? Maybe in my bed. I don't know.
No, I thought
On my
about
couch.
I thought about going home to eat it.
What's the plan?
All right, we got our 5 burgers.
Smells
We're
so
gonna
good.
go back. The car smells wonderful. We're gonna go back to the church building, and we're gonna see which burger is best.
Which one is the number one?
Okay, so
All right,
okay.
Ethan and I have tried all of these burgers while y'all were watching that video. We blindfolded ourselves, and we have put them in a pretty similar rank, I think.
So I'm gonna go first. I put this as number 1. We believe that this is from Whataburger. So there's no contest.
no
Whataburger's
contest.
the best.
And that's what the whole point of this whole thing was, to figure out what burger was
This
the best.
was number 2 was
Yep,
Brahms.
3
In-N-Out.
was In-N-Out, and then this is where we had our disagreement.
I had my Wendy's.
He had Wendy's as number 4 and the
then
Whopper's number
Whopper,
5.
yeah.
And I had the Whopper as number 4 and the Wendy's as number 5. So,
Long story short, Whataburger wins.
Whataburger is the best
Is
burger
number 1.
out
And
there.
In-N-Out's trash. It's garbage. It actually should be last, but because these were so bad, that's the only reason why that's not last.
Go eat a Whataburger.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys about a couple of stories. I have a sister-in-law named Hope, and when she was really little, she had an older brother that was golfing in the backyard, and I think he had a 9-iron. And while he was golfing, he kept telling her to stay back, and she was like, no. And so she walked right behind him as he swung back and nailed her across the face with a golfing club, and I think broke her nose. If you ask her about it, her nose is not broken. It's not like crooked at all. But I do think there's a little scar right there, right? So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about scars in our lives and scars that we get as we grow up. So like for instance, I have a scar right here on my knuckle, and I like to tell the story that I punched someone in the face for stealing my Pokemon cards, but Brandon took that last week. What actually happened, I was on the floor when I was 4. It rhymes. This is Dr. Seuss. And we were at a Mexican restaurant in West Texas, and it's really like rinky dinky down there. And so we have, they had this wall that was made out of tables, and someone got behind those tables, and my parents were being very bad parents, and I was on the floor unsupervised, and the table fell, and just the foot just crushed my hand. And I think I had some like stitches. I don't remember it because I was 4, right? But I have this scar, from that. And my older brother Seth, he's about like 4 years older. He was climbing on the outside of a slide when he was about 6, and he fell off, but there was no cap to that bolt, and he sliced open his shin, and he left a huge scar. He had to get stitches on it, and I just remember him, like getting those like stitches, and those stories are interesting and they're fun because we like scars, like stories. We like someone going outside of their comfort zone and risking it maybe a little bit, and they, leave alive but a little scarred. But it's like with our everyday life, we don't actually like to experience that. We love convenience. We love like safety. We love a guaranteed like sure thing, right? So for example, you guys are watching us on your phones, on your computers at home. You're probably in gym shorts or sweatpants, and the AC's turned on, and you're comfortable. And it's very convenient. But you can order a pizza online, and you can get it at your doorstep. They won't even have to knock on the. They don't even have to come like through the door. Like they'll like leave it on your doorstep, so you don't get it, exposed to anything. Super convenient. And Amazon. Right now, it's not very convenient, but when it's up and running, you could get a package for in 2 hours. Super convenient. What's really sad is that seeps into our faith, where we want a safe, a secure, a insured, a scheduled, a guaranteed faith, and that we need to know what happens before blank. Before we go, there's no risk, there's no unknown, right? And so tonight we want to challenge us to take a step into a bolder, radical faith in Christ. And Brandon, I think he has some like scripture for us that is going to introduce us, that's going to throw us into what that looks like, what it looks like to have a bold, radical faith.
Yeah, so before we get into that, we're going to come right back. We've got a game for you, so sit back and enjoy this. All right, we're going to play a game.
All right, we're going to play a game.
We know that you guys love the trivia, so make sure that you're staying active in the chat. Give us your guess. Now, Ethan.
West Hill, step it up.
Ethan, listen, there's a lot of things that are going on, but one of the greatest things that I love? Celebrity relationships.
I hate those.
I
personally.
love celebrity
It's the worst
relationships.
thing.
I think it's the best thing ever. It's the most amazing thing to keep up with.
It really doesn't matter.
But we're going to play a game because we are amazing at celebrity relationships.
Yeah, it's kind of like the royal family. They're just there. You really don't need them, but it's interesting to look. It's like a train wreck.
All right, so
Okay.
you know that Justin Bieber.
I don't know him personally.
You know about Justin Bieber.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, and he married some girl.
I think. Do you know Alec Baldwin?
I know Alec Baldwin
So
for
I think
sure.
he married Alec Baldwin's daughter, and they are still together.
Okay, so we're gonna play a game called Bieber or Baldwin.
It's about facts about either one, and we have to decide which one is it.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, let's go.
So the first one. In 2009, I appeared on Saturday Night Live with my uncle. Bieber or Baldwin?
I think it's Baldwin. Because I don't think
2009. Was Bieber even around in 2009?
Yes, he was. I don't think Bieber has.
Oh no.
I don't think Bieber has an uncle that's cool enough or good enough or famous enough to be on Saturday Night.
Yeah, uncle. Okay.
Uncle. Because like the Baldwin brothers are like a thing.
Okay. All right. So Baldwin. That makes sense. All right.
Baldwin.
So it is.
Put your.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
cool.
Baldwin. Okay.
It's Baldwin.
Yeah, make sure
Move-
that you put it out
move
in
this
the
way.
chat. It's Baldwin.
Baldwin.
Congratulations.
Okay, don't
All
get
right.
too close.
Next one. I was born in Tucson, Arizona.
I know that-
Bieber or
I
Baldwin?
know Bieber is from Canada, but was he born in Canada?
Oh, I'm gonna say Bieber.
I'm gonna say Baldwin.
I'm gonna say Bieber, and it's it's Baldwin.
Baldwin for the win.
All right. I was baptized on January 9th, 2014. Baptized on January 9th,
I know
2014.
Bieber was baptized. He has a Jesus calf tattoo.
That's got to be. I think that was later. I'm gonna say Baldwin.
I'm gonna say Bieber.
I'm gonna say Baldwin.
Bieber.
It's Bieber.
It's Bieber. Hey, if Bieber could get baptized, anyone could get baptized.
Do it.
We have a bathtub. Let's do it.
All right. I host a TV show called Drop the Mic.
I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to watch it. Don't even look it up.
Bieber.
Baldwin.
It's Baldwin. I don't know
guessed.
any of these.
Is that? That's not Ice Cube. That's not. I was like, is that? No, that's not Ice Cube.
All right. I'm actually Canadian. Bieber.
It's Bieber.
Yep. There we go.
That's not.
My parents were never married.
My parents were married, and then they got divorced. Bieber. I think it was Bieber. I think it was Bieber.
It's Bieber. All right.
Goodness.
I was born on November 22nd, 1996. Bieber or Baldwin?
I don't know his birthday, but he's about my age, so I would say it was Bieber.
I'm going to say Baldwin. It's Baldwin. I got one right.
When was Bieber's birthday?
I don't know.
He looks like a hobo right there.
All right. I have 13 million followers on Instagram.
Jesus. Should. He should.
He should have more than that.
I don't think he has.
He's the most
Instagram.
popular person on earth.
I don't think he has an Instagram, but
Bieber. Baldwin. Yes!
what a mess.
All right. I got famous from making YouTube videos.
Bieber. He was
Really?
making street music in Toronto, Canada.
And he got famous from that?
Yeah, that's how Usher
That's-
found him.
Really?
True story.
I didn't know. Who's Usher? Just kidding. Just kidding. I know at least who Usher is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
Bieber. Congratulations.
That's what he used to look like. He
All
used to
right.
play drums on the streets.
My mom speaks Portuguese. Bieber or Baldwin?
That sounds like a really funny TV show.
My mom speaks Portuguese.
It'd be like a sitcom. I don't know. Baldwin. I'm gonna say Baldwin. Hey. Like How I Met Your Mother. Like my mom speaks Portuguese.
What would the premise of the show be?
It'd be about a mom that speaks Portuguese in America, and she only speaks speeches. She only speeches Portuguese. Portuguese.
Okay. I would not watch that show. I was the first to hit 10 billion views on, what is that?
Vevo?
Is that
Vevo?
Vevo? Vevo?
We are old men.
This is a terrible game. We should
Yes.
not play this.
No. What's a Vevo? Is it? I know what a Venmo is. And I know what TikTok. Follow me on TikTok.
TikTok.
And I know what Vine is. Rip. But I don't know what a Vevo is.
God bless.
Yeah.
Vine.
Vine. Too much money.
Inside joke.
Inside joke.
Bieber.
Yeah. Let's say Baldwin. Oh.
Yeah, Bieber. Dang it. All right. Growing up, I attended Catholic school.
Bieber definitely did that. That's
Really?
why he has the Catholic Jesus on his calf. It's a Catholic Jesus. Hey.
That's
Whoa.
Bieber. Whoa,
Whoa.
so sorry.
Whoa.
All right, I got engaged this year.
Me!
Both of them.
Me!
Not this year. This was 2019.
Oh, this is 2019, so. Them.
So they didn't. Ethan did. Hey, that's
did.
the game. Thanks for playing.
Woo!
My favorite character in the Bible is this guy named Peter. And one of the reasons why I love Peter so much is because he reminds me a whole lot of me. Like, Peter really likes to say things before he thinks. He is corrected by Jesus a bunch of times, and he really likes to put his foot in his mouth on a whole lot of different occasions. But there's this story in the Bible that involves Peter. It's an amazing story. It's right after Jesus feeds 5,000 people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And Jesus sends Peter and the 11 other disciples out onto this lake on a boat, and Jesus stays behind to pray. And we pick up this story in Matthew chapter 14, starting in verse 25. It says, "Shortly before Jesus went out to them walking on the lake, when the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. 'It's a ghost,' they said, and they cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, 'Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid.' 'Lord, if it's you,' Peter replied, 'tell me to come out on the water to you.' 'Come,' he said. And then Peter got down out of the boat, and he walked on the water and came towards Jesus." I mean, Peter is walking on H2O. He's doing the absolute most impossible thing. I mean, can you imagine what that must have been like to not have any strings, to not have any gimmicks, to not be, skiing on water or being pulled by a boat, but to just step out of a boat onto the water and just to walk like you were to walk on a sidewalk. Well, and everything seems to be going great for Peter, but then in the moment, he starts looking around at the water, and he starts looking at the waves, and he starts feeling the wind, and, well, it just doesn't go very well for him. Pick up the story. It says, "But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, 'Lord, save me!' And immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. 'You of little faith,' he said, 'why did you doubt?' And when they climbed into the boat, the wind died down. Then those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, 'Truly you are the Son of God.'" You see, Peter is focusing on Jesus, and he's doing something amazing. He's doing the impossible. But as soon as he takes his eyes off of Jesus, he begins to sink. And one of the things that I want to focus on tonight is the words that Jesus said to Peter after he sank. "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" You see, to have a faith, you've got to start with a foundation. And Peter had that foundation. That foundation for you and for me is simple. A relationship with Jesus. Walking this life knowing who Christ is. That's where faith begins. And Peter had that. He walked around and he saw the miracles of Jesus. And he saw that Jesus healed a blind man and gave him sight. He saw Jesus talk to a dead girl as if she were sleeping and her to rise back to life again. Just hours again before, he saw that Jesus took bread and took fish and multiplied it and fed a multitude of people. So Peter has the foundation. He's been walking with Jesus. And so I kept on reading this story, and a part of me was like, man, Jesus, you're really giving Peter a really hard time here. Like get after the other people in the boat, the people that were like, I'm staying here. And Peter's the only one that steps up and he steps out, and Jesus is like, come on. But so why, Jesus, why are you giving Peter such a hard time? And I started wondering that, Jesus is God. I mean, he knows everything about us, and he knows what the future holds. And so I think that Peter, the reason why there was this opportunity for Jesus to speak life into Peter was because Jesus knew exactly how much faith Peter was going to need after the cross. Jesus knew the future of Peter's life, and he knew exactly the kind of faith that he needed in order to build and multiply the kingdom of God. It was the same Peter who's timid and denies Jesus 3 times is the exact same Peter just 50 days after the resurrection at Pentecost, when he feels the wind and the Holy Spirit move, and he speaks boldly, and he looks at all these people that literally killed the Son of God, and he says, God loves you. You're the ones that are condemned, and yet God, through his rich and grace and mercy, has brought you life through the cross of Jesus. And it's the very first sermon. It's the same Peter. And I think Peter needed some more faith, and I think that's why Jesus has this moment with him. But I want to talk about us for a little bit. Like, what does it mean to have a faith like Ethan was talking about that's not so comfortable? Because Jesus doesn't promise us a comfortable faith. He doesn't promise us that when we choose to say yes to Him, that life is just going to get easy. As a matter of fact, He promises almost the opposite. He tells His disciples that I'm sending you like sheep among wolves. Like, what is our faith supposed to look like? And what does a step out faith, getting out of the boat and stepping on water kind of faith look like for us today? Well, I have a little bit of a graph that I want to show you, and you can probably see it on your screen right now. You see the foundation there, and it starts with faith. Having a faith, a foundation, that's spending time and knowing who Jesus is. And that faith then turns into trust. Because I have this relationship, because I do believe in who Jesus says He is, then I can trust that I'm going to, that what He says and what He promises is going to take place. And then that turns into obedience, obeying what He tells us to do. And you see that goes right back to faith again, and it builds more and more and more faith. And so my challenge for you, for Youth Night Live tonight, is what can you do this week? Just the next 7 days, what can you do to step out in faith? And what does that look like for you? Because I believe that with as many people that are watching this tonight, there's a spectrum, a very broad spectrum of where people are at. See, some of you, you're just beginning this relationship with Jesus, and my advice to you, my encouragement to you, and maybe you're stepping out in faith is to get even further in that relationship with Jesus. And some of you, you've been living this walk for a long time, and man, maybe some of you have got somebody in your life where you know that they don't know Christ. And maybe for you, stepping out in faith this week means that you reach out to them and show them Jesus. Maybe not even having a Bible study, maybe just being the hands and feet of Jesus to them. And so wherever you are on that spectrum, you know exactly where you are. You know exactly what you need to do. But my encouragement to you is to just for the next 7 days, write it down. What is one thing that you can do to step out in faith, to have a radical faith, to do something that if you do it without the power of God, you fail. Because here's the thing about radical faith, and Peter, the story with Peter shows exactly this. Here's the thing about radical faith. It does not just affect you when you step out in faith. It affects those around you as well. Because when Peter got back into the boat after walking on water, yeah, he failed, but he got back in the boat with Jesus, the winds died down and they worshiped Jesus, saying, truly you are the Son of God. Stepping out in faith doesn't just affect you. It affects those around you as well. And another thing that I would say is this, is that the step that you and I take is what initiates the power of God. Peter did not have the power of God with him until he got out of the boat, until he walked towards his master, until he started doing what Jesus commanded him and was calling him to do. Come out of the boat, come to me. And that's when God's power was initiated. As a matter of fact, it's the exact same thing that happened with the 5 loaves and 2 fish just hours before. It wasn't Jesus being a conveyor belt where he was just passing out bread to every single person. It wasn't this long line of people coming up to Jesus and them getting food from the hands of Jesus. It was the disciples. Go and read it this week. But it was the disciples who took the blessings of Jesus and began to pass it out, and it was multiplied through that. When you take those steps of faith, that initiates the power of God. When you are wanting to step out in faith and you know that if God's not with you, you're going to fail. That's what it means to step out in radical faith. It's not going to be comfortable, but it's going to be so incredibly worth it. Because I don't know where a step out in faith for you is this week. But what I do know is that scars tell stories. And stepping out in faith end up being some of the greatest stories of your lifetime. And I would even argue that it's some of the greatest stories of eternity. And so if we're going to live lives radically marked by faith, then we need to have a faith radically marked our lives.
Hey guys, for our next segment, you're probably wondering what this thing is right here. This is Bubba. It's our rubber chicken. And when you squeeze them, it makes a really, really good noise like this. Get ready. So I've been traumatizing my fiance with this for the last week. But we're going to play a game called Let's Try It. We tried this last week and we thought it was okay. So you've probably seen tons of videos with people trying to recreate songs with a rubber chicken. And we're going to try. I'm going to try and do that. And I'm going to make up songs and Brandon's going to guess what they are.
Okay.
Okay?
Ready.
Ready. Okay. Okay, here's one. Did you guess?
I guess I Love You from the Barney show.
No, it was
This is what it was. This is your song.
No, it was I think it's Carrie Underwood's I dug my key into the side, like I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up four-wheel drive. That's what that song was. It's not very good. I'm not very good with playing
Let's
the
do
chicken.
that one.
Okay, this one should be easier.
Okay.
So.
It sounds soft. Keep going. I think I know.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes!
Hey!
It was Mama, ooh, didn't mean to make you cry. That's what it is. Okay. Like I said, I'm not very good at this, and my dog got a hold of it. And so yeah. So here's last one. Okay.
Ready.
And this one isn't the words. This is how the music is.
Okay. This is just the music.
Yeah. Did you get it?
Oh. That's Let's Try It!
Well, we did
Hey.
it. That is another episode completed. Episode 3 done.
In the books.
In the books,
Close it.
finished. Those burgers were good. The eggs are the worst. We're glad that you guys joined us tonight. We just wanted to have a few closing things. I think we have a birthday this week that you want to share.
Yeah, so Nathan Myhills, happy birthday, man. We love you.
Happy birthday. We do love you.
We're going to try this as we have birthdays. The longer that we have to do this, we realize that we're missing you guys a lot.
Absolutely.
And so when you have a birthday, we're going to try to send you something in the mail, something from Ethan and I, just to say, hey, we love you. We're thinking about you. So be looking for that in your mailbox when your birthday's coming up. And if we've missed your birthday the last 3 weeks or so,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
just drop a text and we'll get that to you,
call us.
as well. Also want to let you know that one of the things that we do want to continue to provide for you is spiritual business. I would call it
Spiritual business.
So spiritual business. Okay, so spiritual business. One of the things that I want to let you know is that we do have a form for you if you would like to receive prayer. We are going to be we have a form on our website. That's theyoutharea.com /prayer.
I don't know which way the
Again,
slash is at.
theyoutharea.com/prayer. And if you would like prayer, we like for if you would like for us to pray for you, if you would like for us to contact you, there's a form on there. All you have to do is fill that out and submit it. Click submit, and we'd be honored to be able to pray for you and with you for whatever you need.
Also, West Hill, be on the lookout. We're having a Zoom small group on the Zoom app Sunday night. It's going to be our first ever Zoom. That way we can have some one-on-one interaction. So glad you guys were a part of this tonight. Let's keep this going.
Yep.
Keep sharing. Keep building.
Yep. Ready for a different colored beard?
Yes.
I'm ready.
I think I'd look good red or blonde.
Silver.
Maybe pink. Silver.
Silver. I
like George
that.
Clooney.
Yeah, that'd look good.
So,
All right.
Y'all have a good night.
Good
Bye.
night, everybody.
Love
See
y'all.
ya.
Miss y'all.
Bye.